Hello, Word Pathfinders, welcome. It is another great opportunity to be connecting with you. And as always, I'm excited to be connecting with you. I do hope you find our last week video, very informative and helpful. Today, I want to talk about a topic that is very important to my mind. It's about value versus money. Why is this important? It's important that we understand the difference, because that will make the difference, either make you or mar you in your career, in your business, as a professional, even as a nation. The understanding between the difference between value and money can make you or mar you. Before I continue, I want you to understand this. In everything you do, you need to understand the difference between, the goal and the reward. Everything at all you do, there is always a difference between the goal and the reward. Once you understand this, you are going to do well in whatever you do. For example, I have this wonderful conversation with my fellow believers, Christian believers, when I tell them that God is not committed to their welfare. And a lot of people say, what do I mean? I say, God is not committed to the welfare of man. God is only committed to his will. So if you align with his will, your welfare will be guaranteed. But if you don't align with his will, what happens? God cannot guarantee your welfare. The same thing, so in that case, the will of God is the goal and our welfare is the reward. Once you can differentiate the two, you are going to do well. So you need to understand what is the goal and what is the reward. And in the marketplace, the goal is value, okay? And the reward is money. Once you get these two, you are going to do well. So what is value? Value is what is useful and needed. I take it again. It is what is useful to people and what is needed by people. And if you're a business person, it is what is useful and needed that the people are willing to pay for. Okay, and that's value. I can categorize value into 4 different, categories. The first one is value is who you are in the marketplace. So I'm talking about your education, I'm talking about your skill, I'm talking about your character, I'm talking about your belief system, I'm talking about your attitude, I'm talking about your skill. These are the things that makes up your value. It is said that if people have any excuse in the marketplace why you are not the preferred person, you might not be that valuable. Okay? You are valuable if, there's no excuse given as for how much money people can place on you. So the question is, value as a person, how useful are you? How needed are you in the marketplace? How much are people willing to commit to you, okay, in the marketplace? The question is, why will some people be paid $80 million, per annum? Why other people are fighting for, renegotiation of the minimum wage? The difference is value. Okay, so the more valuable you are as an individual, the more money you command. So value will always precede money. Secondly, what is value? Okay, value is your product and your services and your excellence of delivery those products and services. Remember that it's not just enough to create the value in the marketplace. You need to deliver the value, okay, to your market segment that needs the value. And your excellence of delivery is going to be important, and that also has much to do about who you are. It has to do with the attitude of your team, the culture of your organization, and all that. So your delivery level is going to be part of, your value, apart from the value of your product and your services, the quality of your product and your services. The third, categories of defining value is about how well you are known in the marketplace. You might have a wonderful value proposition, but if people are not aware of it, it is not going to be much useful. It is said that your compensation in the marketplace is a function of how many people you serve and how well you serve them. So it's going to be very important how well the value you are providing is known in the marketplace. In fact, it is said that people buy from people they know, people they like, people they trust. So there's the know, like, and trust element. Okay? So the know element is how many people know your value, how many people know how excellent your value proposition is in the marketplace. So if you are new in the marketplace, okay, and you have great value, but people are not aware of it, what you can do is to give complimentary value, version of your product or your services. And that's why you have the freemium, business model where people, give out part of their product for free so that people can experience it and people can like it and people can trust it. So that's the like element. The trust, that's the know element. The trust element is also very important. Okay? In fact, your goal in the marketplace is to be a trusted value provider. That's your goal in the marketplace. J. Abraham, differentiated the difference between, a customer and a client. And he says a customer is people that buy product and services from you. You don't care about them. You just give them what they want and they go ahead. But your clients are people that are under your protection. Okay? Your goal as far as the mindset of client is concerned is to ensure that they always get value for money. And the illustration I always use in my workshop to illustrate this is that supposing you have a customer who comes to you and said, I want to buy a drilling machine. The first question I ask is that, what does this customer really need? Is he a drilling machine? The answer is no. The customer doesn't need a drilling machine. The customer wants to drill a hole. So you need to understand what the customer needs are for you to be able to provide the right value for them. So the guy wants to drill a hole, all right? So that's why he needs the drilling machine. Supposing you find out, as the expert and as the professional, that the hole that this guy wants to drill, $100 machine can drill it. Okay, but this customer has come to you to tell you that, the machine that I want is a $5,000 machine. The question is, which one are you going to sell? If the guy is your customer, you will sell the $5,000 machine. But if you see the guy as a person under your protection, you will make sure that he get value for his money, and you will insist that the $100 machine will do the work. Yes, you will lose $4,900 immediately, okay? But the gain for that, when you are trusted, cannot be measured. So what is going to happen is that this person, whether you sell the $100 machine or the $5,000 machine, the person is going to find out. So if you sell the $5,000 machine, the person will find out, I will never trust you again. But if you sell, the $100 machine, you may have lost $4,900 immediately, but what happened? There's what they call the lifetime value of a customer. You would have gained the lifetime value of the customer because the customer will trust you. He will not just trust you with his lifetime value. He will trust you with his friends. He will trust you with his family. He will trust you with his colleague through referral. And the value of that cannot be measured compared, to the 4,500, that, 4,900 that, you miss. So it's important to understand that. And finally, when we try to categorize value is defined as how much more you give in a marketplace than you are paid. Okay? The law of value says that value is how much more you give in a marketplace than what you receive in money. So it's what you give in excess of the value of the money you are paid, that determine your value in the marketplace. This is extremely very important if you must make it in the marketplace. So, and that's why, some developed nations talk more about capital creation than making money. Okay, because capital is more related to, value creation, than money. So it is very important. Money is highly overrated. So what is the origin of money so that we can understand money? Commerce started with trade by barter. All right. So if I have, for example, I have yam, okay, and I need rice. So the yam is the value I'm bringing to the marketplace. But when I get to the marketplace, it is likely that I will not find someone that have, that have rice and need yam. So what do? I need to temporarily store my value in money. So that yam, I will sell it and keep the value of the yam in money. Underline the word temporal. It's a temporal store because rich people don't keep their wealth in money. All right? They keep it in assets, which is the real value. Okay? So I store, the value temporary going to look for someone that have rice, that doesn't need yam, so I can exchange, okay, that money for the rice. So that brings us to the main purpose of money, which is the exchange of value. Supposing I have yam, okay, I find somebody that have rice and need yam. The question then is that how much quantity of yam should I exchange for how much quantity of rice? And this is where the third function of money comes in, which is the measure of value. So you find out that money is for temporal store of value, for exchange of value, and for measure of value. The moment you understand that the underlying thing, okay, that is most important is that there's a value underlying that you are either storing or you are exchanging or you are measuring. Without value, there's no money. But what you find out today is that a lot of people are chasing, okay, money without underlying value. Even in nations are chasing money, okay, without value. Okay, so what is the relationship between money and value creation? All right, so in creating value, I like to use the MIT model. They call it the real, the win, and what is model, to explain the relationship between value creation and making money. All right, so what is the first thing that you need to find out? The first thing you need to find out, which is the real component of the model, is that, is there a real need in the marketplace that people are ready to pay for if I meet the need? All right? So that's where value creation starts. Is there a real need in the market? What are the pain points that people have? What are they trying to do? What benefit do they trying to achieve? This is very important. So the moment I test and understand that there's a real need in the market, the second question I ask myself is that, can I win? Which means that, do I have what it takes, okay, to create that value? Or, can I create superior value than other people? Do I have a comparative advantage to be able to create that value compared to other people? It's only when I have discovered that there's a real need in the market and I can create the value that will meet the need. That is the only time I begin to think whether, I can make money with it on a sustainable level. It is after those three questions are answered, the real, the what, the win, and the what it is only when you answer those three questions can you say that you have a business. So it is first, okay, is there a need that I'm going to create value, to meet? Can I, create that value successfully, better than other people? Is there a business model? Can I, sustainably make money out of it on a continuous basis? It is only when I understand this, okay, that I say that I have a business. One of the reasons that most nations, even African as a continent, is where we are today is because people don't understand the difference between, value creation and making money. Okay, we have a lot of billionaires today in our nation who don't have underlying value, in the marketplace. You have billionaires without enterprises and they're not creating any wealth. So it's not about making money personally, it's about value creation that leads to job creation, that leads to national wealth creation. That is where the real wealth creation is. I hope that you find this video interesting. I hope that you understand the difference between the goal and the reward. Don't chase the reward, chase the goal, and the reward will be at your beck and call. Thank you for listening, and I will see you next week.